Or, gentlemen, let me tell you something powerful today. When a woman returns to you after leaving, or it is not simply because of love, it is because of the energy you carried in her absence. Or the way you act when she comes back will determine whether the cycle repeats or whether you finally create a relationship built on respect and balance. Or when a woman decides to return after leaving, many men feel a rush of emotions that often leads to impulsive reactions. They may want to express excitement, show relief, or even confront her about the past. But the truth is, the strongest move is to remain calm and composed. A woman will carefully observe your reaction, and in that moment, or your demeanor will tell her everything she needs to know about your growth. Calmness communicates maturity and strength, while emotional outbursts communicate insecurity. Or that's why composure is the first step to setting the tone when she comes back. Staying calm does not mean suppressing emotions or acting robotic, or it means controlling your emotions and expressing them in a balanced way. A man who greets her return with steadiness shows that he is not desperate for validation. Instead, he demonstrates that his life has meaning beyond her presence. When you remain composed, you make her curious, even unsettled, because she expects either joy or anger, but not balance. That unexpected calm makes her reassess your value. The conclusion is simple: composure builds curiosity and respect. When a man reacts too emotionally, or whether with overjoyed acceptance or harsh anger, he immediately gives away his power. Women are intuitive. They know when a man has been waiting desperately, but a man who keeps his cool reminds her that he is in control of his life, not controlled by her decisions. Composure is attractive because it represents inner strength, and strength is what women crave deep down. Therefore, staying calm ensures you don't fall into the trap of showing neediness. The conclusion here is that control equals strength. Composure also signals that you have been growing during the separation. If you appear desperate, it shows your life paused in her absence. But calmness suggests you have been moving forward, building yourself and focusing on your goals. This instantly raises your value in her eyes, because women naturally want men who are independent and driven. She wants to feel that she is returning to someone better than she left, not someone who fell apart without her. So the conclusion is, composure reflects progress and independence. Calmness doesn't mean ignoring her return or pretending not to care. Instead, it's about engaging with her in a way that is respectful but measured. For example, instead of bombarding her with questions or demands, you simply acknowledge her presence and let her reveal her intentions. By staying calm, you create an environment where she feels she must prove her worth again. This turns the dynamic around. She must win you back, rather than you begging for her attention. The conclusion here is that calmness shifts the power balance in your favor. Another reason composure is vital is because it prevents emotional manipulation. Sometimes women return not because of love, but because of loneliness, boredom, or other motives. If you respond too emotionally, you risk being pulled into a cycle of instability. But when you stay composed, you take time to assess her true intentions, you observe her actions rather than relying on her words. That emotional discipline protects you from repeating past mistakes. So the conclusion is, composure gives you clarity and shields you from being missiled. Calmness also demonstrates that you value yourself. When you do not chase or overreact, you prove that your self-worth is not dependent on her decisions. Women respect men who have dignity and who do not beg for acceptance. By staying composed, you are silently telling her that you are complete on your own. That energy is magnetic because it shows that you are a prize, not a pursuer. The conclusion is clear. Composure reflects self-respect, and self-respect is always attractive. Over time, a composed reaction builds trust and stability. A woman does not want to be with a man who is unpredictable or reactive to every situation. When she sees you handle her return with patience and steadiness, it signals to her that you are capable of handling life's challenges the same way. Stability is deeply attractive to women because it represents security, or they want a man who can lead with confidence and calmness, no matter what happens. The conclusion here is that composure reassures her of your reliability and leadership. Or finally, composure transforms the relationship dynamic into one of mutual respect rather than desperation. Or, instead of her feeling like she can leave and return without consequences, she sees that you operate from strength and principle. You are not emotionally shaken, or nor are you dependent on her for happiness. That realization makes her respect you more and desire you deeper. In the end, or staying calm and composed is not just about how you act when she comes back. It's about building a lasting impression of strength. The conclusion is simple, or composure keeps you in control and earns true respect. When a woman returns to you, one of the most important things you must do is hold your boundaries. Or many men lose themselves the moment she comes back, dropping all standards just to keep her. That only teaches her that she can leave, return, and still have you on her terms. Or boundaries are what define your self-respect, and without them you become powerless. By standing firm and making sure your limits are respected, or you show her that your value is not negotiable. The conclusion is clear boundaries protect your dignity and attract lasting respect. Or boundaries are not about controlling her, they are about controlling yourself. When you communicate what you will and will not tolerate, or you set the framework for a healthy relationship. If you do not have these limits, you risk falling into unhealthy cycles where she can manipulate your emotions. Or boundaries are a form of self-protection, but more importantly, they are a declaration of your standards. When a woman sees you standing by your principles, or she feels both respect and attraction, the conclusion is simply strong boundaries reflect strong self-control. When you fail to hold your boundaries, or you essentially tell her that her actions have no consequences, if she walked away once and you instantly take her back without hesitation, or you show that she can repeat the same behavior, that cycle leads to instability and destroys trust. But when you set boundaries and stick to them, or you communicate that your love is valuable and must be respected, a woman may test those limits, but she will admire you more when you stand firm. The conclusion here is boundaries create accountability and prevent repeated mistakes. It is also important to understand that boundaries are not about anger or punishment. They are about clarity. Or, for example, if she disrespected you in the past, you calmly let her know that such behavior is unacceptable. Moving forward, you don't yell or you don't beg. You simply state your expectations and stick to them. This creates a relationship dynamic based on mutual respect rather than fear or submission. Or she then understands that you are not a man to be taken lightly. The conclusion is simple: boundaries clarify expectations and strengthen respect. Or women are naturally drawn to men who know what they stand for. When you demonstrate clear boundaries, you show that you are not desperate for approval, or you are willing to walk away rather than compromise your values. That quiet strength makes her take you seriously, or because it proves you are not dependent on her for your happiness. Instead, you are offering her the chance to share in a life you already respect. Or that distinction makes all the difference. The conclusion is clear boundaries elevate your value by showing independence and confidence. Or boundaries also protect emotional balance. Without them, you may find yourself constantly giving while receiving little in return. Or that imbalance leads to resentment and frustration, which ultimately destroy relationships. By setting limits, you ensure that the dynamic remains fair and respectful. Or you teach her how to treat you by the standards you enforce. This prevents emotional exploitation and fosters healthier connections. Or when she sees that you are serious about your self-respect, she will naturally respect you more. The conclusion here is boundaries preserve balance and prevent resentment. Or many men fear that setting boundaries will push a woman away, but the truth is the opposite. A woman may resist at first, but deep down she craves the security of a man who knows what he will not tolerate. Boundaries make her feel safe because they show consistency and strength. Or if you bend too easily, she loses respect, and without respect, attraction fades quickly. Holding firm actually increases her desire because she knows you are rare among men. Or the conclusion is clear boundaries increase both respect and attraction. Boundaries are not only about words, but also about actions. Or if she crosses the line and disrespects your standards, you must be willing to enforce consequences. This does not mean hostility. It simply means stepping back or distancing yourself or even walking away if necessary. Empty words without action mean nothing. By following through, you prove that you take yourself seriously, and so should she. Boundaries enforced with action carry real weight. The conclusion is simple: boundaries only matter when backed by consistent actions. Ultimately, holding your boundaries ensures that any reunion is built on mutual respect rather than desperation. If she truly values you, she will adapt to your standards and honor your limits. If she refuses, then you know she was never meant to stay. Boundaries are the filter that separate genuine commitment from temporary desire. By standing firm, you protect yourself from unnecessary pain while increasing your long-term value. The conclusion is clear: boundaries guarantee that love is based on respect, not convenience. When a woman returns, she must see that your life did not pause in her absence. Too many men make the mistake of putting everything on hold, waiting for her, and when she comes back, they showcase nothing but desperation. That instantly lowers their value. Instead, the most attractive thing you can display is progress, show her that your goals, dreams, and lifestyle have advanced. Whether in your career, fitness, or mindset, she must see growth. The conclusion is simple: moving forward makes her realize she is returning to a better version of you. Progress communicates strength. When you demonstrate that you have been working on yourself, you indirectly prove that you are not dependent on her for happiness. Women are deeply drawn to men who embody purpose and drive. If she sees that you have built new habits, achieved milestones, simply maintained steady growth, she will feel admiration. That admiration translates into respect, and respect fuels attraction. Moving forward tells her that your identity is not tied to her presence. The conclusion is clear: progress proves independence, and independence is magnetic. A man who stands still after a breakup often appears weak and needy. It gives the impression that his entire life revolves around her return, which kills attraction. On the other hand, a man who keeps improving shows resilience. Resilience is a quality every woman respects because it means he can face challenges without crumbling. Your forward movement is proof of inner strength. By showcasing that resilience, you not only inspire her but also raise your own standards. The conclusion is simple: moving forward reveals strength, and strength always commands respect. Showing progress also creates curiosity. If she comes back expecting you to be the same and instead finds that you have grown, she will want to know more. Curiosity is a powerful spark in attraction because it makes her chase. She begins to wonder what else she may miss out on if she does not value you properly this time. By continuing to evolve, you keep her intrigued and engaged. That curiosity pushes her to invest more effort into the relationship. The conclusion here is, forward movement creates intrigue that reignites her interest. Another critical point is that progress raises your value in her eyes. Relationships thrive when both people continue to evolve. If she returns and sees you stagnant, she may feel you cannot lead her toward growth. But when she notices your achievements, confidence, and vision, she sees potential in building a future with you. Women naturally desire men who elevate them, and growth is proof you can do so. Your development indirectly becomes an invitation for her to rise with you. The conclusion is simple: progress increases your value and redefines her perception of you. Progress also serves as silent communication, you do not need to boast about your achievements. Your lifestyle will speak louder than words. She will notice the changes in your energy, habits, and confidence without you even pointing them out. Silent progress has more impact because it cannot be faked. Anyone can talk about change, but living it demonstrates authenticity. That authenticity strengthens attraction because it shows real substance, not empty promises. The conclusion here is, Or true progress doesn't need explanation. It shines through naturally and commands respect. When you show that your life has moved forward, you also create security. Or women feel safe with men who can handle life independently and still thrive. If she senses that you are emotionally dependent, she feels burdened. But if she sees that you flourish regardless of her presence, she feels lighter and more willing to rejoin your journey. Security comes from consistency and progress, or both of which reassure her that you are a reliable partner. The conclusion is clear: moving forward creates emotional safety, which strengthens her trust and desire to stay. Or forward movement also prevents you from repeating old mistakes. When you grow in her absence, you bring new strength and perspective into the relationship, or you no longer operate from weakness or desperation, but from wisdom. This allows you to set healthier standards and prevent toxic cycles. Or she sees not just the man she left, but the improved version of him. That makes her second guess her past choices and inspires her to invest more effort this time. Or the conclusion is simple: progress ensures you enter the reunion wiser and stronger than before. Finally, showing that your life moves forward makes you untouchable. Or if she stays, it's because she respects the man you've become. If she leaves again, you keep progressing regardless, which means you never truly lose. Or forward momentum guarantees that you are always growing, always building, and always elevating yourself. That mindset ensures you remain in control of your life. Or whether she chooses to stay or go, you are the prize. The conclusion is clear: progress makes you unstoppable because your worth is never tied to her choices. Or valuing yourself above all means recognizing that your worth does not depend on whether a woman stays or leaves. Or many men make the mistake of putting her at the center of their world, forgetting their own identity in the process. Or this creates imbalance because she begins to feel that he has nothing outside of her. True attraction comes when a man lives by his own standards and principles first. Or when you value yourself, you communicate that your happiness is not negotiable. The conclusion is clear: or self-value ensures you remain strong and respected regardless of her choices. When a woman sees that you prioritize your self-respect, she cannot help but respect you more. Or respect is the foundation of attraction. Without it, love cannot survive. By valuing yourself, you set the tone for how she will treat you. If you place her above your own worth, or she will take you for granted. But if you stand firm, she understands that she must rise to your standards. This creates balance and admiration in the relationship. Or the conclusion is simple: valuing yourself first sets the foundation for lasting respect and balanced love. Valuing yourself also prevents neediness, or which is one of the biggest killers of attraction. A man who depends on constant validation from a woman appears insecure, and insecurity pushes her away. But a man who knows his worth does not beg for approval because he is already complete. This makes his presence magnetic because women are drawn to men who project strength. Or self-value gives you confidence that speaks louder than words, making her naturally want to invest more in you. The conclusion is clear: or valuing yourself eliminates neediness and replaces it with irresistible confidence. Another reason to value yourself above all is to protect your boundaries. Without self-value, it becomes easy to accept disrespect, manipulation, or neglect. Many men tolerate poor treatment because they fear losing her, but this destroys their dignity. Or when you value yourself, you automatically demand better behavior and enforce your standards. You no longer settle for less because you know what you deserve. Or this forces her to treat you with care and seriousness. The conclusion is simple: valuing yourself creates strong boundaries that protect your dignity and demand respect. Or valuing yourself also ensures that you continue growing as a man. When you put her above your own worth, you neglect your goals and ambitions, which leads to stagnation. But when you value yourself first, you continue to invest in your health, career, purpose, and passions. This growth not only benefits you, but also makes you more attractive in her eyes. Women want men who inspire them, not men who lose themselves. By placing value on your own progress, you maintain strength. The conclusion here is self-value drives continuous growth, making you stronger and more desirable. A man who values himself never fears loss. Fear of loss keeps many men trapped in toxic relationships where they compromise their dignity. But if you truly value yourself, or you know that you will be fine with or without her, that lack of fear makes you powerful because it frees you from desperation. Or women are instinctively drawn to men who are not afraid to walk away when disrespected. That energy makes her take you more seriously than ever. The conclusion is clear: or self-value removes fear and replaces it with undeniable strength and freedom. Valuing yourself above all also changes the dynamics of love. Instead of chasing or begging, or you create a reality where she naturally invests more in you. When she sees that you are complete on your own, she feels privileged to be part of your life. Or this subtle shift makes her appreciate you more and treat the relationship with greater care. Love becomes about mutual respect rather than dependence. Or that balance makes the connection healthier and stronger. The conclusion is simple: self-value transforms love into something respectful, balanced, and truly fulfilling. Or self-value also influences the way others see you beyond relationships. When you hold yourself to high standards, people in your career, friendships, and social life respect you more. Women notice this external validation and become even more attracted because social proof matters. Or a man who is respected by others becomes more desirable to her. This shows that valuing yourself doesn't just improve your love life, it elevates your entire world. Or it builds a reputation of strength and leadership. The conclusion here is valuing yourself increases respect everywhere, which multiplies your overall attraction and influence. Or ultimately, valuing yourself above all ensures that you never lose your identity in a relationship. Women may come and go, but your worth remains constant. Or by prioritizing self-respect, self-growth, and self-love, you guarantee that you will always win no matter the outcome. If she stays, it is because she respects and admires your strength. If she leaves, you continue thriving regardless. That mindset makes you unshakable. The conclusion is clear: or valuing yourself above all protects your dignity, fuels your growth, and guarantees respect in every relationship.